Thank you for your time, Andrew.
Thank you so much for having me. Good evening, Nigeria.
All right, let me start by asking you, Mr. Andrew, with the mass wave of a defection from the People's Democratic Party, as a party member, are you worried?
Well, thank you so much. You call it mass wave of defection. One thing you have to understand that People's Democratic Party is so formidable that no matter the wave of defection, we are not worried, because as a particular set of people are going, we are expecting a mass wave of infection into the party. So they are defecting, other people are coming into the party. So we're not worried at all. As a member of the party, we're not worried, because we know that this is a fortifying moment, is a moment of realignment, alignment, a moment of harmonization. So, of course, it's not really a big deal in party. Of course, you know the way People's Democratic Party is formed. We are used to most of these hurdles, and so people will go, people will come. One thing you have to understand, now that one governor left the party, we should be expecting 3 more governors to join the party. So we are gallant, we are fully on ground, we are not worried. The party is formidable.
You said now that one governor has left the party, we should be expecting 3 more to join. But I would also stay with you on you said that as you're having defections from the party, there are also infections. New people joining in. But again, some would say, look at the caliber of those who are leaving the party, or maybe from, political observation, we can't even tell if they are, really members of the party in terms of their level of loyalty. You said you are not worried, but 2027 is just around the corner. Looking at the caliber of persons that have left, how do you think the PDP will keep its head up, ahead of 2027?
Prior to this era, you could testify to the fact that People's Democratic Party remains the biggest political party in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa. Then we were in power. Now that we're no longer in power, we still remain the biggest opposition in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa. So defection is not really a big deal for us. The kind of issues that always happens revolve around PDP. If it happens in any other political party, by now they will have gone into extinction. But People's Democratic Party is one political party that, irrespective of the wave of defection, the challenges that we pass through, we come out much more formidable. We are much more solidified. So the defection is not really a big deal for us. It's something we always expect. It will come and go, but the party remains the same. Of course, you could understand that every organ of the party is still fully intact. So it's a normal
talking about organs of the party being typically,
they have the right to do so. After all, politics is about interest.
Talking about organs of the party being typically, intact. We know that within the People's Democratic Party there is internal leadership crisis. This, of course, is what some of the reasons those that have defected have cited, saying that there seems not to be cohesion within the party's leadership ranks. What do you make of that?
I would agree with you that I would agree with you that there are internal leadership crises. No, of course there will always be little crisis, but irrespective of the crisis that occurs in the People's Democratic Party, we have a very strong internal mechanism resolution within the party. So that alone have kept us going over the period. So anybody that defected from the party and use and assume that it's because of the crisis within the party that makes that was the result of their defection, I think the person is just trying to look for an excuse. As far as we are concerned in PDP, if you've listened to my interview on various television channels, you will understand that I've always stood my ground. That look, People's Democratic Party is so solidified, is so formidable that irrespective of the crisis that rocks the boat, we are still fully intact. They will go, they will still come back. The likes of Obasanjo have turned their party card. We have big wigs that have, but the party still remains intact. The beautiful thing is this: the moment some people are going, you are creating an opportunity for young people to rise to the cradle of leadership. That is the beautiful thing. And as it stands right now, we are so much happy. We are fortified, we are solidified. Those people that really love the party, that have the party at heart, they will still stay in the party. The People's Democratic Party right now, ably led by under the leadership of Ambassador Iri Adamagud and Samuel Ayahu, There's nothing shaking the party. The party is intact, fully formidable. And they are taking the party to the promised land. Of course, you can understand that the APC being the party as it is, they would definitely want to plant some tongues of crashes in the party. But we, as members of the party that understand what the party stands for, the principles of the letter, we understand the purpose of the founding fathers of the party. We are still fully intact with the party. We know where we're going to. We understand our vision. He said, write the vision upon tablet, that those who read it might run with it. We understand the vision of our founding father. And this is the vision that has been driving the party from the creation of the party since 1999 down to this very moment. And this present leadership, they are still well formidable to take the party to Eldorado, plan to 2027, down to 2031. So we are not worried, we are not moved. It's a normal thing. People will come and go. That's the beauty of political party.
Okay.
But what matters is the ability of the leadership to be able to harness and harmonize the ones that are remaining and forge a way forward.
I mean, you talked about your party being the biggest opposition party in the country. But ahead of 2027, there's this talk about a coalition, that would, of course, face the ruling party. And that brings me to my question of the role of the presidential candidate of your party, that's in person of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and the role of also a major force within your party, the Minister of the FCT, looking at their body language, their political activities and association right now, and their affiliation with your party, which is the People's Democratic Party. How would you say it's helping you as a party?
You know when we're growing up, there is always this kind of dream or assumption of what we want to become when we get to an adult, when we become an adult. I can remember then you say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a lawyer. The issue of coalition is just a fantasy that will never come into reality. So the People's Democratic Party, we are not moved, but as far as we are concerned, they are going to come to PDP to join us. We are the one that will give them a platform. I've always stood my ground. People's Democratic Party remains the biggest opposition party in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa. And it's an umbrella that is ready to accommodate anybody. So we cannot merge with any other party. They are the one that will come. We will accommodate them. We will tell them and share different slots for them. So expecting PDP to join that party is just like you are dreaming, which will never come to reality. It's just an effort in futility. Every other political party is welcome to the umbrella. Umbrella, do you use broom to cover when it's raining? You know, the umbrella is the only shade you can have whenever it's raining. But when the sun is high, umbrella is what you can use.
So it appears like this umbrella is leaking.
We are open to welcoming every other political party.
You talk about umbrella.
No, it's not leaking. It's not leaking at all.
With everything we are seeing, you say it's not leaking?
As it stands right now. No, not at all, not at all. We don't have crisis in PDP. What you are saying is just fantasy. What if I give you a joker that we are playing a script to you people? What if I tell you that we in PDP, I am the core senior stakeholder in the People's Democratic Party. What if I tell you that we are playing a card, a script that you will never understand? And that's the beauty of politics. I know it will sound funny to you, but it's possible that we are playing a script, but you will not understand the script because you are not among the inner caucus that dictates what should happen. That's a beauty. It's a script that you cannot understand because you are not where we draft the scripts.
Okay, you said that you said the coalition. You said the coalition is a fantasy.
Don't be picked too.
Just to get you correctly, you said the coalition that is being talked about is a fantasy that might not find fruition, and that
absolutely the coalition is a fantasy. The coalition is a fantasy that will never come into reality. Yes, because it will never come into reality. They can only come into reality when they come under the umbrella and we accommodate all of them. SDP, ANPP, YPP, Labour Party, ABGA, of course. In fact, there's one thing there's one thing you have to understand. There is no political party in this country. There is no major political figure in this country that have not passed through PDP. Every single major political influencer in this country were made by PDP. They are all product of PDP. So they will go, they will still come. Do you understand? So those guys
sorry,
are
you said
going,
that there's no key political.
The really hard
Sorry, just to get you correctly, you said there's no key political figure that is influential in this country that hasn't passed through.
There's no key political figure in this country that have not passed through PDP.
Does that include the president? Does that include President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please?
I wouldn't say it includes President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but I would say President Bola Ahmed to some extent have some influence in PDP. Of course, most of the key players in PDP, we have that pally with him, so he learns from us to some extent. So I wouldn't really say holistically he passed through PDP, but most of his political experiences, there are things he picks from PDP today that made him who he is today. So there is no how he cannot shade and share part of the glory with us.
All right, Mr. Enantomhen Andrew.
So that's the reason why I'm telling you that the coalition cannot stand. It can only stand if they come under the People's Democratic Party, and PDP will now reshape the narrative on how it should go. They will not dictate to us on what to do. We will dictate to them on what to do because we cut the shot.
Okay, no problem. We'll come back to this, Mr. Andrew. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll also dig deeper and look at other matters arising on this matter. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ on News Central Television, and we are looking at the wave of defection, amongst the members of political party to the ruling party, and its implication ahead of 2027. I still have my guest with me, Enantomhen Andrew. He's a public affairs analyst and a member of the People's Democratic Party. And joining the conversation right now is Dr. Taofiq Raimi, a policy analyst. Gentlemen, thank you for staying with me. Before I go to you, Dr. Raimi, let me come to you, Andrew. Quickly, do you consider the exit of Peter Obi from the People's Democratic Party to the Labour Party a major blow to your party?
That's a very tricky question. I want you to understand one thing. The making of the personality of Peter Obi is not complete without the People's Democratic Party. As it stands right now, I wouldn't say you cannot take Peter Obi from PDP or take PDP from Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not politically formidable without the People's Democratic Party. Every political strength that Peter Obi rode on is a wave of People's Democratic Party. So you cannot take the glory away from PDP. That is what we will not allow. But you have to understand that his exit from PDP, there are circumstances beyond synthetic control. Of course, those are political things that always had, of course, you should always expect the political feed. But, of course, his exit from PDP was something we feared to some extent. But that still goes to show to you that PDP is a political party that is so formidable, that is so solidified, that is so strong, that Peter Obi wouldn't have been what he is, wouldn't have gotten that number of what he got if it was not the wave of PDP that he rolls on. So, of course, as it stands right now, Peter Obi is still welcome back to the party. We know he's going to come back. PDP is his home. He's coming back with the obedience structure. Everybody that left with him, they're going to come back. In fact, they didn't even leave. They only voted for him based on their belief of the Southern presidency. You understand? Which is what we are standing on. But the truth remains, Peter Obi is coming back home. Then we'll sit with him. We'll talk with him. That's why I said they are the one that will come to PDP. They will not tell them this is how we should go about it. So his exit from PDP, of course, is something we felt because he's somebody that we have made. It's just like the prodigal son. When he left the father, the moment he came back, the father was like, oh, thank you. He welcomed him home with two hands. So most of us have left the party.
Just to come in here, in this case, some might say that this particular prodigal son didn't come back broke because he came back even being bigger. Some individuals watching might want to look at it from that angle if you are to follow that line of thought.
You said he came out. You said he came out bigger. I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't holistically agree with you that he came out bigger as a prodigal son. If PDP was not solidified, Peter Obi wouldn't have made the kind of name he made for himself. Of course, because PDP was a big platform he needed to ride on. So he has to go with that wave of the moment.
Okay.
So you must give glory to PDP for that aspect.
Okay, let me leave you for a moment, Andrew. Let me bring in Dr. Taofiq Raimi into the conversation. Thank you for your time. Now, Dr. Taofiq, we are seeing a wave of defection into the All Progressives Congress. There are fears that Nigeria is becoming a one-party state. Do you think this is the case?
Okay, thank you for having me, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. For me, I really don't think we are treading towards one-party system in Nigeria. The reason is that political parties are expected to have an amalgamation of people with common views or belief, and the sole aim of every political party is to secure power. It's a search for power of the state or of the country. And so when you see defection from one political party to another, I feel it is normal. One, because there is freedom of association guarantee in our constitution. So constitutionally, it is not wrong for people to move from one political party to the other, especially if their belief system have changed, or if their goal of achieving political power in order to serve the people are not met. So it is very right for people to move for the right reason.
But looking at what we are seeing, sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay for people to move, that could be another question. I think the reason of political movement to APC is largely linked to what I will contextualize under 5 factors. One, the opposition political parties, 17 of them, you will recall that we have 18 political parties recognized by INEC, that is Independent National Electoral Commission of Nigeria. I will consider most of them to be in sleeping mode at the moment. Since the last election, 2023 general election, majority of them have been in sleeping mode. Even the leading opposition party, which is the PDP, and the Labour Party are in one form of crisis or the other. There are 5 things that I believe political parties should be doing after election and before another election. One, reconciliation. Can you safely say that any of these other political parties are conducting genuine reconciliation among their members based on the fallout of the last election? 2, they are supposed to be revalidation of their membership. Can you say that even PDP or Labour Party is doing that? 3, they are supposed to be mobilization for new membership so as to join the fold. Number 4, welfareism, welfare of their members. Number 5, they are supposed to be doing some alignment and coalition and all that. All these are already not happening both in PDP and in the Labour Party. Even the SDP, you will see that this is not happening. So we are not tending towards one-party system. What I found out is that APC is being active, doing what a political party, a ruling party should be doing. The president, honestly, is a grandmaster of politics in Nigeria.
I'm sorry, but can I come in here, sir? There are some that are of the opinion that, speculatively, that is, that maybe the party at the center might be planting moles within other opposition parties to cause disunity and lack of cohesion. Do you think this could also be the case?
That's a very good question you have asked, but when you are in competition, you are supposed to use what I would call missed strategies in order to hedge your opponent. You will not, the president, first of all, is doing his best within the Renew Hope agenda, that is the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in order to deliver what he promised alongside our party, the APC, to Nigeria. So that is one factor. The other factor is what I call, like I've said, multifaceted strategies. One of it is to make sure that you benchmark what your opponents are trying to do or they are doing. Number 3, the ruling party will also be trying to make sure that you call it causing crisis within opposition party. I would rather look at it as making them to be unsettled. And that is why if you see today in PDP, you cannot say this is their national secretary. And it is the national secretary of that party that will sign on their candidate list by 2027 or in any election they want to do. We want to do in future.
All right.
You'll be hearing Damagu go, Damagu must go, Damagu must stay. That is their national chairman. In Labour Party, which of the factions will you say is ruling or is at the helm of affairs? Is it the Abure faction? Is it the senator, the woman senator that is the center, that's their national council? Is it the other man that also said he's the most senior member? So you can see that there is a lot of disruption. I think, first of all, I would just suggest for opposition political parties to first of all look inward. Look at how active the president has been alongside his minister of FCT. Of course, they are doing governance, but also they are not forgetting politics. When you are in politics, it is a serious business. But most other political parties have taken it as a joke. They are waiting for a few weeks or a few months before the election, thinking that it will happen. To fail to plan is to plan to fail. Right. So I would say that what is going on is good for Nigeria because we will still have more defection into the ruling party. One, based on the performance at the center or across the various states. Two, because the other political parties are also not doing what they should do, just like I've identified what they should be doing.
Dr. Raimi, I'm still going to come back to you. You said that one of the reasons why these defections might happen to the ruling party is based on the performance at the center. I'd like you to shed more light on it, but I'll come back to you. Let me go to Andrew on this one. Andrew, please feel free if you would like to react to some of the things Dr. Raimi said, because he said that for instance, he gave an instance of who the national secretary of the PDP is. Amongst the list of other concerns. But my question to you is this. You said that many of your members that have left are only out, permit me to use the word, maybe on political excursion, and then they will come back once the time is ripe. And you said maybe that might even be the case of Peter Obi, who is currently with the Labour Party. But my question to you is this. Should a man like Peter Obi Peter Obi
is coming back to People's Democratic Party.
Well, that's not confirmed. But should he choose, this is speculative now, should he choose to come back? And you also have someone like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, on the presidential, will I call it a nominee form. As a strong and concerned and loyal party member, what do you suggest the PDP should give the presidential ticket? As the flag bearer?
Of course, you already know. As it stands right now, Nigerians are tending towards a Southern presidency. And the South have not yet completed their 8 years tenure. So irrespective of anything, whatever is going to stand is the Southern presidency that the People's Democratic Party will stand with. We're not going to play joker with this thing. We don't want to toy with it. The South must complete their 8 years. There is no negotiation about it. So anyhow they want to do it, we don't want to know. But as far as Nigerians are concerned, as far as PDP members are concerned, the South should complete their 8 years, after which it will switch to the North. Of course, Buhari just finished his 8 years tenure in the North. So you can't expect it to remain in the North. The South have only done 4 years. So we are hoping that PDP is still going to zone their ticket to the South for the South to complete their 8 years tenure, whichever magic we want to do it. But one thing I know is that Peter Obi coming to PDP is going to be something joyous for us. We'll be happy to receive him back into the House. So he's a key player of the party. He has been one of our vice presidential candidates of the party. So if he comes to the party, it's going to be lovely for us. And I know party in its wisdom, the leadership of the party is doing everything possible to ensure that they harmonize every worrying faction, to ensure that they harmonize all the agreed factions. We have a lot of, we have the conflict resolution mechanism team in the party that are doing everything possible to put people together that are aggrieved and bring them under one umbrella and bring them under one vision. So these are the things we are doing. We are not sleeping at the party. In fact, the party is not folding its hand. We are working day and night to ensure that everything is intact, to ensure that we bring the whole party much more formidable. So Peter Obi, of course, is fully welcome to the umbrella. Everybody that have left the party, they are fully welcome to the umbrella. And I know when they come under the umbrella, we are going to do something much more better.
All right. Let me come back to Dr. Taofiq Raimi. Now, Doctor, you said that one of the reasons why there seems to be a mass wave of defection to the All Progressives Congress is performance. I'd like you to shed more light on it. And talking about performance, how would you say the APC has performed, particularly when it comes to bettering the lives of Nigerians?
Okay, thank you once again. You see, as someone who always look deeper than just the surface, as a development expert and analyst, I always want to not superficially appraise a subject. We have to put it in context. Where was Nigeria economic or socio-political situation before the president, the current president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the center? Where was all these sectorial issues, where were they? Before, that's pre-May 29, 2023. Secondly, I have also argued at various fora that the benefit of any government that we are looking for will have to come from what I will always describe as short-term benefit, medium-term benefit, long-term benefit.
I think we have lost a bit of a connection there with Dr. Taofiq Raimi. Let me direct the question to Andrew. Andrew, I mean, as a strong People's Democratic Party member of the opposition, how would you rate the performance of the ruling party when it comes to welfare, improvement of the lives of citizens, when it comes to their policies, even when it comes to politics itself?